welcome back to Consolidated, a Southgate Media Group podcast dedicated to all things related to Arrow over CW. I am Bill Hellfire, and joining me as always is...
Hey guys, it's Phil Parrish. Was that Lilith Hellfire-esque?
Sure. Up for discussion today is episode 507, Vigilante. This episode was directed by Arrow newcomer Gordon Rahul, and we also had Ben Sokowski and Amelia Ortega Aldrich writing this episode. Let's see what happens. A new vigilante appears in Star City, one who kills criminals in cold blood. Sound familiar? Quentin tenders his resignation as deputy mayor after he tells Thea about the throwing star and his drunken blackouts. The team intercepts Vigilante during a bank robbery. Maybe they could have grabbed some of that money so they could fund their vigilantism. Just saying.
But the mayor probably makes a nice salary.
Sure. So yeah, the new vigilante, whose name is Vigilante, is after the head of the bank robbing gang, Eric Dunn. Meanwhile, Adrian Chase forces one of the robbers to reveal Eric Dunn's location, and wouldn't you know it, just in the nick of time, Green Arrow saves him from Vigilante, but not the other 8 schmokes, 3 that were murdered and 5 that were injured. Thea convinces Quentin to go to rehab, while Oliver and Susan start forming a closer bond. Meanwhile, in the flashbacks, Kovar introduces Oliver to his maid, Galena, who happens to be Tiana's mother. He also claims that the Brava has been using him for their own ends, which includes making a deal with him. But then, for some unknown reason yet, Kovar releases Oliver back to the Brava. And maybe now we know why he turned his back on the Brava. When he finally gets back to at the time, Starling City, so. Yeah. A lot happened. I really like the flashbacks. Literally, I think that I love that line, truth is a matter of perspective. That was my jam for the week. That was my meme of the week.
Yeah, well, don't get too attached to those flashbacks. I'm thinking we're not going to see a lot of those for a while because, no episode next week. Then the episode, when they come back, it's the crossover. I bet you we're not going to get any Russia flashbacks in there.
Yeah, we're not. I know. It's fine. It's okay.
So maybe, the episode after that's probably the mid-season finale, so we might get some there.
I heard that the mid-season finale was flashback heavy, though.
Oh, okay.
I heard that. I don't know how trustworthy my source is until I see it. And then we can go from there.
Oh, is Prometheus going to be Dolph Lundgren? Oh.
Yeah, they are unmasking I heard, anyway, that they're unmasking Prometheus a la Dark Archer mid-season finale, so.
Oh, yeah, that seems to be the formula, because I think they're doing the same thing on The Flash with Alchemy.
And isn't it, speaking of The Flash, isn't it ironic that Prometheus has been known in the comic books to work with Dr. Alchemy, and The Flash's villain just happens to be Dr. Alchemy? I'm just throwing it out there.
You're expanding that Legion of Doom.
You mean the Legion of Worry, to coin a phrase from Zach? Barely worry.
Oh, we have the time traveler Eobard Thawne. We have the immortal Damien Dark. Oh, and we have Malcolm Merlin.
Yeah, exactly. Anywho, back over to the granddaddy of this universe. Where should we start? So I like that we kind of it was kind of a cold open. It was very Supernatural-esque, where we don't really know what's going on. It's just okay, Vigilante just left 2 dead criminals. That's SCPD's doorstep.
Mm-hmm.
With the V marked into his face, and I'm like, okay, how many Batman? I mean, that wasn't even the good Batman ripoff. It was the Batman versus Superman Batman.
and hanging them in front of the police station. I'm like, okay, who is this guy? Like a dark Spider-Man?
Got it. Probably, considering the guy that plays Adrian Chase is on Jessica Jones. Oh, so yeah, I really like that cold open, definitely.
Oh yeah.
The Thea and Quentin thing, like, I'm tired of people like I ship what you want. I don't care. I don't agree with people shipping that relationship because that means Thea's gonna die. So just let Thea be like, like I don't know, like nothing good happens to Quentin. Like it just doesn't.
You see, that's what I was going to tell you. Remember, we were messaging last night, and I said, "Oh, watch Prometheus tinfoil hat time. Watch Prometheus's Felicity." I'm like, maybe she's maybe she's setting up Quentin because she's jealous. She used to have that relationship with him. Now Thea has it.
Ooh. I want Felicity to be Prometheus or Dominator so bad. You don't even know. Oh, we'll get to that though.
Oh, can you imagine if they made her like a shapeshifter? Oh, they're gonna go all secret invasion from Marvel. That she's they'll rescue the real Felicity and she'll be it's they kidnapped her like the end of season 2 or beginning of season 3.
At the end of
So
season
she wasn't the one who slept with Oliver.
I love it. We need to make that happen. Next season, let's make it happen. It's too late for this season, but let's make it happen next season. How do you feel about Adrian Chase as I mean, if you were a comic book reader, we all saw this coming, right?
Mm-hmm.
There were the spoilers out there that he was obviously Vigilante. I know a lot of people were hoping that he was Prometheus. There's still a chance.
Yeah, but
Not really, but it's Arrow. Literally anything can happen. They killed Black Canary, so literally anything can happen in this show.
Yeah, I just want the backstory. Why he's why in this universe did he start?
He lost a woman. That's everybody's story, just about. Come on.
Or
Ray,
it's either a parent
Flash. That woman just happened to be his mom.
It's either a parent or a woman. Yeah, and Flash, it's both. Yes.
So, Slade. I'm just saying that's enough in this universe.
Hey.
You think we're gonna get his backstory? I mean, dude, should we care?
I think they should have some. I mean, they don't have to devote like a whole episode to it, but I think a little explanation might be nice.
Okay. So they also have deduced that Prometheus, thanks to Thea, by the way, Prometheus knows that Oliver Queen is the Green Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
So, which we already kind of deduced ourselves with the whole church thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
so, who knows? He's the Green Arrow. Who knows about the list?
I don't know about the list, but I mean, remember who the traitor on the team is.
Supposedly, but now she has been given the name Artemis.
Uh-huh.
Which, if you're a Young Justice fan, you know how this is going to go. It's going to be the double cross. The double cross.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if she's the traitor, I mean, the minute he unmasked for them, she could have gone running to Prometheus and say, "Hey, guess what? I found out who the Green Arrow is."
This all leads to beg the question, when did she start working with Prometheus? Was season 4 all to get their attention to start this long con? I don't give the writers that much credit, but I mean, weirder things have been retconned.
Maybe not her first appearance in season 4, but I'm thinking maybe between seasons 4 and 5.
Yeah. But no way, I definitely think this is the double cross as an homage to who her character was in Young Justice. Not necessarily the comic books, but yeah.
Well, once again, if it's not her, I mean, then who's Prometheus? Who knew that he was the Green Arrow?
Well, I mean, he's been about as sloppy with his secret as Barry has been. I'm just saying.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying.
I have a theory. Not the one that I promised Tyler. That's later.
Okay.
So, since they love to rip off Batman so much, how about it be, spoiler alert, Mask of the Phantasm style, where it seems like it's a guy, but it's actually the girl that he's dating, a.k.a. the reporter chick. Boom.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if it was a woman, because even looking at that costume, I'm like, oh, are we sure it's a guy? But I don't know. Is she too new for it to like? I mean, for it to make a real impact, should it be someone who's been around, who's
It
had more
should
history?
be, but come on, let's. I told you guys, baby steps and lower your expectations.
I mean, what if it's like Huntress?
I like that theory, but I think that they ended on good terms. You know what I mean? And for
Mm-hmm.
those of you that don't know, between Birds of Prey and season 3, she did break out of jail. That is like canon. I think they explained it in one of the season 2.5 comic books, and they also mentioned it on Twitter.
Hmm.
And they have been wanting to have Huntress back, but like I said, she ended on really good terms with Oliver and the team.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what makes me. But then again, if you want to go along that whole Artemis thing with and backing Young Justice, Huntress, and all those things, maybe.
I know I was kind of joking, but I was gonna say, what about my theory of its Felicity? Because, like I said, maybe that's why she's giving him all these bad decisions. Like, oh yeah, you should unmask for everyone, and you should do this. You should, and and as for the fighting skills, like I said, she could reprogram that chip in her back, couldn't she?
We all joked about it last year, like, oh, maybe that chip she turns into the Black Canary because the chip downloads like Chuck. It's the construct. That still would be no excuse for that wheelchair arc, though. Sorry. I don't know. It's Well, they're unmasking, like I said, supposedly unmasking Prometheus at the mid-season finale. So they know who it is. I mean, it's been written, it's been filmed. So it's not like the Grey where they just have to decide like January. Oh, because we have to tell this person because of their contract. You know what I mean? So I'm just curious to see which way it goes. Like I said, I didn't know that I wanted Quentin to be evil until they gave me the possibility, and I'm just like, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, but even they said, it's not Quentin. I don't know.
I know.
Could still be Tommy.
Could still be Thea.
Yeah,
She could be brainwashed again.
I don't know. You don't think they've played that out enough times of her being used and brainwashed and.
I mean, honestly, that's all they ever do for her storyline, unfortunately. Always has to be tied into someone else. She's never actually really had her own story in her own right. She was tied to Roy, and then she was tied to Malcolm Merlyn for way too long.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and Quentin doesn't really have a storyline outside of Thea. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of the trend. So, that's unfortunate because I think Thea is the best character on the show. Like, I mean, in terms of emotional stability and maturity, despite everything she's been through, she really does still have a sense of right and wrong. And I really wish that she would be Oliver's moral compass and kind of scoop Felicity out of the way because she's not doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't been doing a good job for a really long time.
Yeah, I think Thea's come a long way in the last couple seasons.
Yeah.
A lot better.
I think people forget that Thea was literally a drug addict, and so that's why she has so much empathy towards Quentin, outside of the whole looking after him for Laurel thing.
Oh no, I think I even said that during the live tweet, and don't get me started on this week's live tweet because TweetDeck was being a piece of crap. Yes, that night.
Being a POS deck.
Yes.
Poor thing. Oh, I don't know. I feel like we got the bank robbers. I was like, shout out to the Royal Flush Gang. I think that my whole theory is still alive. I feel like there's a lot of allusions to my very serious theory of the guy from season 1 Legacies from the Royal Flush Gang being Prometheus. Just saying.
Maybe.
I mean, because that was his, like, think about that, though, the whole emotional thing for Oliver. Like, he really, really tried to help that whole family, and especially that guy, because he saw the parallels. And what is this season about? Allusions and parallels to season 1. And I actually like that they're addressing the consequences of Oliver's failure, both in and out of the hood. I really do appreciate that it's finally come. Like, it always bites him in the butt in the form of, like, the Mayday panic terrorist attack or whatever. But outside of that, not really.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like seeping into his everyday life. It's got him questioning what he should do as mayor, and if killing not killing really wasn't the answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I just I know we discussed it before, but I know you're a big fan of the actor, but how would you feel if it was like Oliver's father?
I love me some Papa Queen. I do. And I have a series like I could see that too. Like I when you said, well, we never did see the death on screen, and I started thinking, and I was like, well, magical things do happen on Lee and you. Stranger things have happened on Lee and you.
And like I think it was last episode. I think you were saying about and Oliver kind of was he
Hallucinated.
hallucinated his father a couple times. Yeah, so I mean he could have hallucinated that whole thing, but
He knows about the list, and I think that if you really want to go down that route, you see maybe he didn't want Oliver to necessarily kill those people. Maybe he wanted him to like grow up and mature and go after them the legal way or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Not just kill people on the list. Maybe he sees that as a perversion and now he's mad. Like if you really want to go down this route, there's a lot to be mad about.
or maybe he was all for Oliver killing those people on the list, but and Oliver kind of dropped that mission after season 1. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe he's like, I gave you this,
He let Malcolm Merlin live.
yeah, and you dropped my legacy, you dropped the,
You gave up Queen Consolidated and
I wanted you to shine on my legacy, and you kind of basically just dropped everything.
yeah. I mean, I could really see a case for it being him because it is Arrow and nothing stays dead.
Yes.
So it's almost like supernatural at this point.
Because I mean, I mean, yeah, you said that, sometimes they lie about these hints, but they said a strong tie to season 1, and his dad was
That's
a
what this whole
strong,
season's been about.
yeah, that his father is basically the origin story. You want to take it back all the way to day 1, you know.
Exactly. So I mean, I'm starting to like, I'm really starting to see the possibilities with that one, and
Mm-hmm.
I also am starting to see, like I said, the possibilities because they won't refer to Prometheus as a him or her. Apparently, they're being very gender neutral.
Uh huh.
So that's why I got to me to thinking about Susan Williams and why her name might be Susan Williams. Like I said, we have a million other reporters we could have used in the DC universe, right? And it was like
Yeah.
the Green Lantern distraction. Do you know what I mean? Where boom, really, that's not what that was even about.
Mm-hmm. Is Prometheus an anagram?
Somebody run it through the anagram program, please. Get back to me. Oh, that would be awesome. It's like, oh, you forgot to check the one important anagram there, Felicity. But no, I definitely like how they're building up Prometheus about like how he has like so seemingly he has Evelyn, which could be seen as like the dark Speedy.
Mm-hmm.
And then if Billy Malone really is on it, then that's like his Quentin slash Diggle. You know what I'm saying?
Uh huh. Yeah.
So it's so many possibilities. I just don't want the writers to blow it.
Don't forget Billy Malone.
God, he's definitely not Prometheus though. I don't think they'd be that crazy.
Nah, I don't think. Like I said, if anything, I think he's working for him. Maybe.
Or maybe blackmailed into working for him or
Maybe.
something like that. He's gonna have some kind of weird. I mean, with the name, with the last name like Malone, especially when you're trying to be like Batman, I don't know if they'd set him up to really be the bad guy unless you're Gotham. Gotham has way more balls than most shows on TV that deal with superheroes. Is all that I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah, like this episode was like no offense to the director, and it was the editing too and the sound effects. Like it was just something up with this episode. I was just like, you can see like the Emil's body double when he goes to take off the mask and it explodes a la Batman from Vigilante.
Yeah.
The poor stunt double literally just has like blonde stippling to simulate his little goatee beard thingy, like his little stubble. Like it was, I wasn't even watching it frame by frame. Like that's been the worst thing about this season is that I can clearly identify the body doubles in the framing. And I'm just like, oh god, this feels like Power Rangers.
You could just see Stephen Amell sitting on the side, sitting in a chair eating a sandwich. Yeah, that was good.
Oh, and Curtis, you cannot be Mr. Terrific when you haven't taken down a single person. I don't even think you've managed to save a single civilian in a stampede.
Not Mr. Terrific, Mr. Okay.
Mr. just are terrible. Until proven otherwise. You see him? Why is he obsessed with the salmon ladder? Like, it's starting to weird me out.
Well, I mean, he is a gay man. Maybe he you know.
I don't know, but I liked how all the other recruits were training and all those things. That was really cool. And I like to see Diggle. Oh my God, he had his shirt off and he was so aggressive and angry. I loved it.
Oh, what about Diggle missing his now son's birthday.
Excuse me, casting director.
JJ.
I don't know if you know anything about genetics, but John Jr. does not look to be mixed. It's all that I'm saying. Them Diggle genes be too strong, apparently.
At that damn flashpoint.
When I saw him, I was just like, they didn't even try. Although I thought the same thing in 2046, I was like, maybe Lila died and he had a second with somebody else. Because I'm just like that. I'm sorry, that's not how that works.
Well, maybe they got back.
He don't even have freckles.
They got backed into a corner with that Legend of Tomorrow episode. They're like, oh, well, we got to go with the.
Oh, they could have just had it be William. But what? I'm not that I wanted that. I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
There was an alternative. So I don't know. That threw me out of the episode real quick. I was just like, I mean, I can give them a pass on the whole not knowing how hacking thing works or not knowing how, DNA evidence works. But, I mean, we got people like Lenny Kravitz out in the world. That's all that I'm saying. Got a lot of famous mixed people out there. Just saying. Anyway, but yeah, I loved how Wild Dog stepped in, or Renee stepped in for him. But what was that whole thing about what are friends for? Like, he was like longing about it. What was that? Did you notice that?
Yeah, what? The Wild Dog and like Diggle?
Yeah, when they go, I was like, you could have ate the cake with them. If you wanted some cake, all you had to do was ask, bruh.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's got daddy issues, right? That's what that's about?
Maybe. I mean, maybe it's just, Diggle shows more respect for Oliver and, and I don't know. I don't know. Wild Dog, I don't know if he has like a man crush on Diggle.
I mean, could you blame him? Not even mad, bro. Maybe he's mad because they can't go on a mandate. I don't know. Poor Diggle, though. How come Felicity hasn't, like, hacked his file out of existence? Like,
exactly.
Something's up with Felicity. She's evil. I'm sorry. Don't prove otherwise. Felicity's evil.
She's Prometheus. Telling you.
She's the Dominator.
Can you imagine? It won't happen in a million years, but watch if Prometheus unmasks and it's Felicity, I'm going to be so big. I told you!
No, Prometheus is a robot that she hacks.
Amazo.
I'm saying. Stranger things have happened.
That's why Prometheus moves like Oliver Queen. Although, can you imagine what people will be talking about if Felicity has an Oliver Queen robot?
I mean, shout out to Buffy, where Spike had a Buffy bot. Just saying.
Yeah.
Good times, man. I don't know. Like, this episode was okay to me. It just, like I said, it was spotty in places, but I liked the story that they were telling. I liked how they got the whole they didn't draw out the Quentin thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like Paul Blackthorne working on a movie or something. Is that why Quentin has to go to rehab? Or does anybody know? Like, cause
I don't know. I wonder if he'll be in the mid-season finale, because he probably won't be in the crossover.
Yeah. It's just weird. I was just like, and Speedy suits up for the crossover, by the way. I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw like a sneak peek thing today, and yeah, I not in costume, but I did see her standing there, so I was like, cool.
Yeah, she was in costume. I was just like, well, I mean, when aliens are invading, why not suit up? What did you think of our villains, I guess, plural of the week, like the bank robbers, and him not being really guilty the first time that he went to prison?
Wait, what?
Eric son. He said that he was actually innocent the first time he got sent to prison.
Oh yeah.
Was that social commentary trying to like rear its ugly head that we haven't seen since season 1, or?
Well, like we said, I mean, they're doing a lot of shout outs to season 1, so yeah, I mean, it's possible.
And how, like, when you go to prison, you don't actually rehabilitate, you actually turn into a worse criminal. Recidivism is like a really serious thing. So I don't know. I didn't know where they were going with that. I'm just like,
well, I mean, it won't. I know it won't be him, but I mean, isn't that like another big theme of the season is like Prometheus is somebody Oliver might have wronged in season 1.
exactly, as the Hood, not Oliver Queen. So that's what they say. But like I said, I don't trust those clues anymore. I say it's Talia al Ghul. That's my crackpot crazy theory. But yeah, like until proven otherwise, it's Talia al Ghul. And which brings me to the theory that I told was gonna knock Tyler's socks off. Okay,
Ooh.
so this is why you should purchase Arrow Media Tie-In. Not only should you have read that book, Vendetta or whatever, because it was really good and gave us a lot of Deathstroke backstory, as well as Isabel Rochef and Brother Blood, and Oscar Balderrama went on to become an actual, and Lawrence Sordo season 3, actually went on to become writers, but that was really good. And then I totally live by the season 1 comics.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if anybody was actually out there reading the Dark Archer tie-in comics. I read a couple, and then I actually just finished up. And it struck me. I don't know if you guys know this, but these books are canon. So Malcolm Merlyn has another son.
Ooh.
So I'm thinking that's who Prometheus might be, especially since they love John Barrowman enough to let him write his own character's backstory, essentially. And it's all canon.
He would have plenty to be angry at Oliver for.
And dig this. Guess who his maternal grandmother is?
Who?
Wait, hold on, no. His half sister is Nissa Al Ghul.
What?
Yeah, you guys need to read these for real. Like, I started thinking about it, and I'm just like, well, I mean, they love John Barrowman so much. Maybe they'd actually be crazy enough. And it can't be Tommy, but what if it's his half brother avenging his death?
Avenging Tommy's death, and I mean Oliver cut Malcolm's hand off, and
exactly.
took the League of Assassins from him. And then you get that drama with wouldn't he also be a half brother of Thea?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that would cause all kinds of commotion.
And I don't know if you guys are familiar with The Hidden, but his mother was a part of The Hidden and all these things. So it just got me to thinking, and I'm just like, okay, we can't. Like, I'm pretty sure we can't get Colin Donnell. Like, so it's just like, what's the next best thing? His brother.
Yeah.
And it's plenty of time to actually read these 8 Dark Archer books. Hold on, wait, is it 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, yes, 12. So get this. Okay, Arrow the Dark Archer. The very first issue is called Sacrifice. And the last one is called Justice. Just saying. I started thinking about it because, like, when people were throwing out the Huntress and how that's canon and that happened in Arrow season 2.5 tie-in comics, I'm just like, and then the Queen Mansion burning down, it's canon and all these things. I'm like, well, what if that's just like an Easter egg to like the super, super loyal fans because they had been catering to Velocity so long that they were just like, well, let's try the other side of it. I don't know. That's my crackpot extra tinfoily edition theory.
Well, okay. Oh, I like that theory, but did it say where he's been?
You gotta read and find out. It does tell you, but it doesn't tell you if he was ever on his way to Star City. So.
Oh, okay.
But a lot can happen in between those 5 months. You know what I mean? When they take the break, so. I don't know. I think that would be a happy kind of compromise. Although most people be like, who? And then we'd have to have like his own origin story, obviously. But I think that and then when I heard that Talia al Ghul was coming and I started thinking, I'm just like, maybe.
Oh, what if he's with Talia right now?
Exactly.
Hmm.
So, yep.
There you go, Tyler.
Pick up the Arrow Dark Archer books. I think it's out in trade actually right now. So, yep. What else can we talk about?
Hmm.
Evelyn in the red dress. Um, okay. Yes, the character's supposed to be 17, but Madison is actually 21.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, for people that were up in arms about that, the actress is actually 21 years old. Calm down.
I didn't have a
Put
problem.
the pitchforks down.
I didn't have a problem with that. It's just I don't know. She barely looks 17. She looks like she might even be younger than that. I was just like, that's kind of what.
It is Star City's back alleys. I mean, nobody really made a fuss. Roy was 5 years older than Thea. Just saying.
Oh no, you're not shipping her and Oliver, are you?
I think I only got a couple more months till she turns 18. I mean, if Laurel's not coming back, I'm just gonna do it just very facetiously.
As long as she's not the traitor, real traitor.
Yeah, I no way there's a real traitor on the team. But that brings us to who the hell's gonna die? I think it's Wild Dog. Unfortunately,
that's what
I love me some Rick Gonzalez.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. I don't think they're gonna kill off anybody who's been there long term, and so it's probably gonna be one of the recruits. And there's something going on with Evelyn, so they're probably not gonna kill her.
They're not gonna kill Curtis, no matter how much I want them to.
Oh, yeah, they're not gonna kill Curtis, so it probably comes down to Wild Dog or Ragman, and Wild Dog's a lot easier to kill.
Ragman's OP as hell, so no.
And plus he's gonna be harder to kill too.
Today I learned, by the way, the actor that plays Ragman is like 35 or something,
Really?
33. I was just like, huh.
Wow. He does have a baby face. Wow.
Right? Hey, Wild Dog is actor is older than Stephen Amell. He's like 37.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I was just research. Don't worry about what I was doing. Yeah. So this was I don't know. How'd you feel about this episode?
It was all right. I mean, I don't want to say it was bad, but I just wish we were. Well, I guess they can't catch Vigilante too quickly.
I can't wait to see how that plays out between Oliver and Adrian. Because they kind of played with it where he was watching the interrogation, and then you know that Adrian took his sweet time to get the warrant so he could show up as Vigilante.
Mm-hmm. I just had the thought if like Prometheus was Tommy, that just I don't know if Oliver would have trouble. Like Tommy does something completely evil when he needs to die, and Oliver's like, "Oh, I can't kill him. I can't have his blood on my hands," so he has to go to like what?
And then Felicity does it.
Or no, I was gonna say I thought Oliver would go to Adrian Chase and be like, you have to kill him. I can't do it.
That would be interesting. I like that he's struggling with that, and I really did enjoy his interactions with the reporter lady.
Mm-hmm.
But something's up with her.
Oh yeah, I said she's either in on it somehow or she's gonna die.
Definitely. Unfortunately. I mean, I don't think that another woman needs to be killed for man pain. She's just doing her job.
Mm-hmm.
She just happens to be really good at her job. It's not her fault.
But mark my words, people. Especially if she discovers he's the Green Arrow, she's either in on it or she's gonna die, or both.
I heard somebody say that she was definitely maybe Prometheus because she's trying so hard to see. She's checking about that 5-year story. 5 years away. She wants to sleep with him to see if his tattoos, if he has a Bratva tattoo.
Oh, I could see her wanting to do that even if she's not Prometheus.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
We got some other players because apparently, like Human Target, he's like a meta in this universe, right? Then apparently, because he didn't die from the shots or whatever. Like they never really went into the backstory, so I'm just assuming he's a meta.
I don't know. I didn't know if he had like bulletproof something or other. I don't know.
Like we don't have the realistic mask thing. It's just weird. I don't know. But yeah, like they knew about him and his weird like abilities or whatever. So I feel like there is definitely something else afoot.
Yeah,
in the universe that we're not yet revealing. Maybe it comes out in the back half of the season.
I just don't think the reporter's Prometheus just because she's digging into Oliver's past, but I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have the whole picture,
Maybe
but
she's looking for the story. She wants to blow up Oliver Queen as mayor and get rid of Green Arrow as well. You know what I mean? So she's digging
maybe.
for that stuff.
I don't know. It just seems to me Prometheus seems to know a lot more about Oliver than she does.
Or maybe she's
Although I
playing
might be wrong.
stupid.
I don't
I don't know. We'll see. Definitely. Who was your favorite character this week?
know. Hmm. I don't know. Uh. I don't know. Maybe Oliver. I'm just.
Um,
I'm just digging the mayor thing, and it just the I don't know. He just seemed conflicted about well, especially the vigilante stuff. Even though I'm getting sick of team trust him, then it doesn't trust, then they don't trust him. Although if Evelyn's a traitor, that's on purpose.
she's sowing the seeds of doubt.
She's pushing them. Yeah, and they keep doubting him.
But she did have a fair point about who, going along with the matter of the tagline of truth is a matter of perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Who gets to decide who's the vigilante and who's the psycho?
Yeah. Well, I guess the mayor.
So yeah,
So who's your favorite character?
Wild Dog, because he was there for Diggle when Oliver couldn't be.
That's true. Oh, you
And he
think?
keeps calling Felicity Blondie, and I'm like, that's not her real hair color. That's why she doesn't like it.
Well, he doesn't know that. But do you think that's another? That might be another sign that Wild Dog's the one who's gonna die if he's building up this big relationship with Diggle.
Because yeah, Diggle needs even more man pain.
So I'm just saying, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, but he was Diggle's friend."
You know, honestly, it'd be a shame because I feel like when they introduced Felicity, it should have been as support for Diggle, and it kind of was going that way for a while, and then they decided to get Felicity and Oliver together, and he just became their cheerleader. So I really feel like Diggle does need, and he got Lila, sure, but she's had an August. She's got things to do. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's why I really like Wild Dog with Diggle.
Yeah.
So it'll be a shame. But definitely they're setting Wild Dog up to be the the bait for the slaughter.
Mm-hmm.
So one more episode until the 100th episode. This was the 99th.
Yeah, this was the 99. Yeah, no more episodes till the 100th. Yeah, it's next one is the 100th.
Yeah, James Bamford's directing, in case you guys didn't know. So at least we're gonna have some good direction and some good action. So I'm really happy about that.
And a bunch of guest stars.
Tons of guest stars. It's gonna be insane. To quote Felicity, best team up ever. Did you have a favorite scene?
um, I like the fight scene. I was gonna say maybe the fight scene in the bank, but I have to say maybe the end, just the jaw dropping scene at the end when they revealed she was the traitor. I was like, no, come on. Even though kind of saw it coming, but I was like, oh, they went there.
I think my two favorite scenes were the team training montage
Mm-hmm.
and the reporter giving Oliver good advice.
Was
Yep.
it good? Was it good advice?
I mean, the right way is never easy. It's always hard.
Mm.
That's the point of it being the right way.
I'm
And I
just
think he just needed a reminder.
I'm just saying, if she's Prometheus, is she giving him good advice?
I mean, even a broken clock can be right, twice a day.
Mm-hmm. I like that training montage, but it just reminded me. I'm like, man, this arrow cave is getting a little too crowded.
It was right. I guess we can do the grade.
Okay. I'd have to say maybe B minus.
Okay, I'm gonna go with a C plus.
Okay, so we're close.
And you want to know why?
Why?
This is the first episode of season 5 in which Anatoly doesn't appear.
Okay, yeah.
Also, I spotted Felicity's joke about making a murderer because we all know like Stephen Amell made that huge meme with it. So I thought that that was kind of a funny little throwback too. So yeah, that's the only trivia I know for this episode. Pretty much.
Okay.
So I guess let's do some shameless plugs. Want to remind you guys that to head over to southgatemediagroup.com where you can find a huge list of podcasts. You can also find out information about the hosts. We have some pretty awesome blogs, a couple written by none other than my co-host.
Oh, well, thank you.
And you can also, there's also an easy peasy way to support this network to help keep us afloat. What else? We're available under Legends of DC on all your favorite podcatcher services, such as iTunes, Stitcher, Lisbon.com, and of course in Google Play Music under podcasts. So please be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. And remember to download because streaming does not count yet. Phil, where can the lovely folks find you?
Well, as always, I am on Twitter at NightwingPvP. You could always email me about anything Marvel or DC. NightwingPvP@gmail.com. Especially if you're a creator. I've been getting a lot of interviews with Marvel creators lately. If you're a DC creator, or even if you're somebody who works on one of these TV shows, especially Arrow, email me and we'll set up an interview.
You can find us on Twitter at QC_SMG. Our email is queenconsolidated.smg. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/queenconsolidated. Hope you guys are enjoying our take on this feed with Supergirl on Mondays. We got Tyler and his lovely wife doing the Krypton report. We got the Central City dudes back to being Flashpoint on Tuesdays. Of course, us on Wednesdays, and of course, the crazy, zany Zach and Charlie covering Legends. So please do feel free to send us your feedback, your crazy crackpot theories, and what have you.
And next week, there is no episode of Arrow, but should we tell them you and I might have a special?
Yeah, we'll have a special. We're just going to cover the Arrow book.
Vengeance.
If you want to read, if you want to pick up your copy, I saw one in Walmart for $5.99. You can probably get it a little cheap on Amazon.
Vengeance.
Oh, then that is the other thing. Never mind. I'll have to edit that out. Yes. So until 2 weeks from now, I know it's gonna feel like a hellish, like you're traveling on a hellish island for 5 years